You know, have you ever just stopped and thought about the quiet, unseen currents that guide your life? Those subtle forces that shape not just what you do, but who you're actually becoming? Let's explore that a bit, because it really gets to the heart of how we build our own reality moment by moment. And this idea right here is our starting point. It suggests that the world isn't just something that happens to us. No, our experience of it is an active creation. It's like a landscape that takes its shape from the very beliefs we're looking through. So, where does this whole creative process even begin? Well, it starts with something incredibly small, something that seems almost insignificant. Just a single thought. Let's trace how that one tiny seed can grow into an entire world. We tend to think of our thoughts as fleeting, right? Like clouds passing in the sky. But the reflections in Stephen Redhead's Life Path as You Take point to something way more profound. They're the very material, the actual stuff that our sense of self is built from. Every single thought is like a brick in the structure of who we are. And this happens in such a quiet, almost invisible way. When you repeat a thought over and over again, it starts to carve a little path in your mind. It's not some loud, dramatic event. It's just a steady, persistent groove being formed by simple repetition. And from there, the next stage kicks in. Those mental pathways, they start to harden up. They crystallize from just being patterns into solid beliefs. And these beliefs, they become the unseen force that starts guiding our actions, a lot of the time without us even consciously realizing it. So this whole process builds from a single belief into something much, much bigger. We're not just talking about a few ideas anymore. We're talking about the immersive world these beliefs create, an entire atmosphere that we live and breathe in every single day. Yeah, this atmosphere has a structure, an invisible architecture that holds up a reality. It works just like an internal compass, constantly pointing us in a certain direction, guiding our choices and what we see, whether we know it's there or not. It's really the climate that we live in. And this is the crucial part. It highlights the immense creative power we hold inside this internal structure. See, this isn't some passive environment we're just stuck in. It's a reality we are actively, constantly generating through the nature of our own beliefs. But, this atmosphere isn't always a good thing. When we don't really look at it, it can become incredibly restrictive. Some beliefs can act like invisible chains, subtly stopping us from moving, from growing, from even seeing the possibilities that are right there, just outside our self-imposed limits. And that's exactly why being aware of all this is so key. Beliefs aren't permanent, they're not secret, they're tools. We have the power to examine the atmosphere we've created and, change the weather, to let go of the beliefs that just aren't helping us on our journey anymore. Okay, so how does this whole internal atmosphere thing translate into the world we can actually see and touch? Well, it shows up through the thousands of choices we make, often just in passing, without even a second thought. Life is always presenting us with these crossroads, right? But what's so fascinating is that the direction we end up taking is almost always decided ahead of time by that internal compass of our beliefs. And even when we think we're not choosing, that inaction is still a decision that shapes our path. This really just brings it all home. The overall path of our lives, it isn't the result of one or two big dramatic decisions. Nope, it's the direct result of thousands and thousands of tiny little choices, all guided by that unseen atmosphere of belief, all adding up over time. And this is where things get really interesting, because this whole process builds into a fascinating feedback loop. It turns out the world we experience isn't some fixed, objective place. It's more like a mirror, reflecting back the world we're carrying around inside of us. This is such a crucial insight. Our belief system literally acts as a filter. It decides what we notice, what we ignore, and what we even think is possible. We end up living in a world that just makes sense with what we already believe is true. And this feedback loop, it extends to how other people see us too. Our internal beliefs shape our actions out in the world, and those actions, well, they create the reality of who we are in the minds of others. You can argue about words all day, but it's our behavior that creates a lasting impression. So after this whole journey, from a single thought to a belief, to a choice, to an experience, what's the final product? What's the one thing that actually truly lasts? This is such a profound and kind of sobering thought, isn't it? Everything else, the possessions, the status, the money, it all gets left behind. The only thing we actually carry with us, the only kind of wealth that lasts beyond our physical life, is the collection of memories we've made. This completely reframes the whole idea of a rich life. It's not about what you own. It's about the quality of the experiences you've had. A life that's filled with deep, meaningful, vivid memories. That's the wealthiest life anyone can live. And this just says it all, doesn't it? It really speaks to their ultimate value. I mean, gold can be lost or stolen, but memories, they can't be taken away. They are an eternal, internal treasure, a testament to the life we actually lived and the world we built for ourselves. And so, that leaves us with this final, powerful question. It's a reminder that this creative process, it never stops. Every single moment, we're laying down the thoughts that will become the atmosphere of tomorrow and ultimately the treasured memories of a lifetime. So, what world are you building right now?